Do you think there are still places on Earth where life defies everything we call normal? One small step in these places can mean adapting or losing balance at the very edge of survival. From suffocating jungles to frozen emptiness, the world feels more extreme than standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon. Here, homes cling to cliffs, float on water, or hide beneath the ground in silence. It makes us question what normal life really means in our modern world. So what keeps people living in these unimaginable places? A desert fortress of clay and straw. Argebam is the world's largest adobe structure, a golden city rising like a mirage from the Silk Road. Dating back over 2,000 years, this citadel was a vibrant trading hub until it was abandoned after the Afghan invasions. Its massive walls and intricate towers are a masterpiece of Persian engineering. Explore the labyrinth of mud brick houses, the ancient bazaars, and the sophisticated Qanat water system that brought life to this arid wilderness. It is a city that feels carved by the sun itself. After the tragic 2003 earthquake, the city is rising again. Walking through its ruins is a journey through the resilience of stone and human pride. Even mud can become a legend. Argebam is the immortality of the earth. Giant stone cones that look like a colony of prehistoric termites. This is Kandavan, a village carved into the volcanic heart of Mount Sahand. Formed by volcanic ash and shaped by millennia of erosion, these jagged pillars became homes for people fleeing ancient wars 700 years ago. Walking through the narrow stone alleys, you feel the cool breath of the rock. Inside, the rooms are cozy and organic, a perfect blend of geological history and human domesticity. The porous stone acts as natural insulation, keeping the houses warm in winter and cool in the scorching Iranian summer. It is an eco-friendly masterpiece from the past. We don't just live on the earth, we live within it. Khandovan is where the stone protects its children. A village where the roof of one house is the street for the one above. Masula is a cascading masterpiece of clay and stone clinging to the Alborz Mountains. Built on a steep slope, cars are forbidden in these narrow tiered alleys. The ochre-colored houses create a warm, honey-hued landscape that glows in the mountain mist, a perfect harmony of community and geography. Walking through Masule feels like climbing a living staircase. The scent of wildflowers and the sound of traditional crafts fill the air, creating a dreamscape where every step leads to a new perspective of the valley below. Some paths are horizontal, others are vertical. Masule is where humanity climbs together. A paradise where the very air can turn deadly. Welcome to Miyakajima, the island where residents must carry gas masks as a constant companion against the breath of a volcano. Mount Oyama, an active giant, constantly seeps toxic sulfurous gases. Sirens echo across the Emerald Hills, warning of rising levels, turning a scenic island into a dystopian reality of masks and survival drills. There is a haunting beauty in the contrast. Lush forests against scorched volcanic fields, and the silence of a masked community. It is a life lived in a fragile truce with the fire beneath the sea. Home is where your heart is, even if it's shrouded in smoke. Miyakajima is the triumph of belonging over fear. Sleep in a transparent capsule hanging 400 meters above the sacred valley. Sky Lodge is the ultimate hotel for those who find peace in the vertigo of the Andes. To reach your bed, you must climb a vertical iron ladder or zip line across the abyss. Inside the aerospace-grade glass pods, the condors are your neighbors, and the stars are your ceiling. It is a sensory symphony of thin mountain air and the breathtaking scale of the Incan heartland. Why stay on the ground when you can float with the eagles? Sky Lodge is where adventure meets the stars. In the shadow of the Bamiyan cliffs, life has taken refuge in the rock. For centuries, these ancient caves, once home to Buddhist monks, have become a sanctuary for families seeking shelter from war and poverty. Carved into the soft limestone, these homes are a stark blend of ancient history and modern struggle. Without electricity or water, families survive in the very space where colossal Buddhas once stood. It is a world of dust and silence, where the walls are blackened by smoke, and the view is of a barren, majestic landscape that has seen the rise and fall of empires. The cave is the oldest home we know. In Afghanistan, it is a testament to the unyielding will to survive. A town where the horizon is empty, but the earth is full. Welcome to Kuberpidi, the opal capital of the world, where life has retreated into the cool, dark belly of the desert. To escape the scorching 50-degree heat of the Australian outback, residents live in dugouts, homes carved directly into the red sandstone. From churches to hotels, an entire subterranean civilization breathes through white ventilation shafts, poking through the dust like ghosts of the surface. When the sun becomes an enemy, the earth becomes a sanctuary. Kuberpedi is the beauty of the hidden life. Welcome to the Pole of Cold, the coldest inhabited place on Earth, where the air freezes your breath before it leaves your lips. At minus 60 degrees Celsius, batteries die, pens freeze, and the ground is permanent ice. Locals eat raw frozen fish and horse meat to fuel their bodies against the sub-zero void. Cars must be kept running all night to prevent engines from seizing, and schools only close when the temperature hits minus 52. It is a landscape of white silence and crystal mist. To live here is to be a master of the frost, finding warmth in the shared grit of a frozen community. Cold is not an obstacle, it is a way of life. Oymyakon is the iron will of the north. A floating city built on shadows and water. Makoko is a labyrinth of stilts and canoes rising from the dark Lagos lagoon. Home to nearly 100,000 people, this is a world where the water is the floor and the canoe is the only vehicle. It is a resilient, bustling community thriving in the face of absolute neglect. From floating schools to smoked fish markets, life unfolds in a rhythmic dance of paddles and grit. The houses, built from scrap wood and tin, lean against each other like ancient friends guarding the secret of the lagoon. It is a sensory overload of salt, smoke, and human energy. To visit Makoko is to witness the rawest form of urban survival, where the spirit of Africa refuses to sink. Even on the muddiest waters, hope can float. Makoko is the courage of the overlooked. A nation built on a platform of steel. Sealand is the world's smallest micronation, a former World War II fort standing defiantly in the North Sea. With its own flag, currency, and passports, this rusty outpost has fought legal battles for decades to claim sovereignty. Life here is a constant struggle against the salt air and the crashing waves, a tiny metallic island of independence. To stand on Sealand is to feel the isolation of the sea. The hum of generators and the endless horizon create a feeling of being on a stranded spaceship at the edge of the world. Freedom doesn't need much land. Sealand is the audacity to dream of a country on a thread. The higher we climb, the further we see. For the Korowai, the tree is not just a house, it's a bridge to the divine. A life lived 30 meters above the jungle floor. The Korowai are the architects of the sky, building their homes on the thin crowns of ancient trees. Using only stone tools and rattan, they craft wooden platforms that seem to defy gravity. These high-altitude sanctuaries protected them for centuries from rival tribes and the swarming spirits of the emerald darkness below. Climbing a notched pole to reach the stars, you feel the sway of the forest. It is a world of birds and wind, where the floor is a fragile weave of branches and human will.